Barcelona are playing one of the big games of the season tonight, and there is a lot of hope this time that Barca can do something with Hansi Flick. Let's go through tactical analysis if Barca can beat Bayern Munich. Let's compare how both teams are doing so far this season, and then the possible lineups.
Barcelona and Bayern are incredibly similar, both averaging 5 goals. Both high risk, high reward. Both aggressive in and out of possession. Both practice a high defensive line. Both love suffocating the opposition. Both vulnerable in defensive transitions. Now talking about the lineup, Barcelona might go with Pena, Bale, Inigo, Cubarsí, Count in defense, Casado, Pedri, Olmo or Frenkie in midfield, Rafinha, Lewandowski, Lamine in attack. Only doubt is between Frenkie and Olmo. Fermin Lopez is also one of the candidates, while Bayern are expected to with Neuer, Davies, Kim, Upamecano, Guerrero in defense, Palinha, Kimmich, Musiala in midfield, and Gnabry, Kane, Allies in attack.
Company will have to adjust following the injury to Alexander Pavlovic. Likely, we'll see a double pivot of Palinha and Kimmich, which would put either Guerrero or Lamer at right back. Musiala was also a doubt, but if fully fit, he will play ahead of Thomas Muller.
The first big tactical battle will be Barcelona's build-up versus Bayern's press. Bayern averaged 9 points apiece, the lowest in Bundesliga, which would put them in 4th place in La Liga and 3rd place in the Premier League. Unsurprisingly, they are an aggressive team off the ball.
They focus on collapsing in the middle, and due to the high press forcing long balls forward, the back line is the best at sweeping up the ball. In the final third, recoveries happen in the half spaces, but when they happen centrally, Bayern often convert that into shots.
They often press in a heavy man-oriented scheme with two variations. First with Kane on one of the pivots, while the pressure on the center backs comes from the wingers pressing from outside in. Second with Kane on one CB, while the other is covered by the other winger. They press asymmetrically.
If Bayern pin you down by the touchline or collapse centrally, the pressure becomes unbearable. So what can Barcelona do to counter this? The goal is to access the free man, who is Rafinha, on the opposite side once Guerrero pushes up, or use Lamine's dribbling to beat Davies 1v1.
The other option is creating a midfield overload by dropping Olmo and Lewandowski, while Kimmich is dragged out wide to cover Rafinha. That way, Barcelona can use the numerical advantage in Pedri and Casado's press resistance to progress the play. Having
Lamine and Rafinha ready to charge forward and Lewandowski as the target man, Barcelona have the tools to bypass the press. Barcelona may look to systematically outplay their opposition to access the free man behind fullbacks and wingers once the ball has been recovered deep. So outlets and using them properly is a big aspect of withstanding Bayern's pressing and counter-pressing.
But outplaying the press systematically and sucking the momentum out of their game is what will make or break the match for Barcelona, so tempo control is paramount. Also, Bayern sometimes leave space behind the pressing unit, and their compactness is not always absolute, so Barcelona can reach them wide behind the line. Kimmich or Pavlovic have been at fault for not using the cover shadow well, and while Palinha is better at it, this remains an exploitable flaw. From Barca's point of view, Barca just need to take care of defense. Barca's defense is their weak point. Diego Martinez is not a high-caliber player. Bale is also showing limitations defensively. Cubarsí is very impressive for his age, but is still inexperienced. He is an average backup keeper. The only reference point in this defense is Count. They're all solid with the ball in the build-up though. Flick wants his team to play high up the pitch. This style of play certainly doesn't help the backline. They were heavily exposed by Osasuna a few weeks ago, conceding for goals and leaving plenty of space in transition.
Dani Olmo is going to be very key player tonight. Keep an eye on him. He knows Bayern very well. It's like his favorite club to play against. Dani Olmo is an expert at exploiting space between the midfield and defense. He can lose his marker, turn away from pressure, and create. Bayern Munich give up pockets of space even when they are defending in a double pivot.
Dani Olmo scored a hat-trick against them last season with Leipzig. He always steps up against Bayern. Dani Olmo's playing will give space to Rafinha and empty him free man.
Thank you for watching the video until the end. What do you think about this analysis? Will Barca finally win against Bayern Munich after 2015? Subscribe for more. We make videos on players analysis, transfer updates and injury updates, including big match analysis.